Okay, hello friends. So what am I doing now? Well, I've decided to bite the bullet on our Ford Transit camper here. And I've decided that, well, before I start putting reman after reman after reman injectors in this thing, I'm just gonna go ahead and put new ones in. So that's what we're doing today. Hopefully I can get these guys programmed in because the remanned ones would not program in. And so, yeah, let's get into it. I need my 8 milli. Whoops. I have kind of the dropsies this week. I don't know what it is, but I've just been dropping stuff left and right all the time. I had a viewer comment recently that these bolts are one-time use, and I'm well aware. The thing is, I really want to save all the one-time use stuff for the very end, for when I'm sure that this engine's actually going to run, because there's another issue on this here motor, and that is the fact that, unfortunately, the glow plugs on this thing are also throwing fault codes, so I'm pretty sure that this thing is going to need new glow plugs. But the last thing that I'm going to do is try and take out old, rusty, stuck glow plugs on a cold motor. I think that's pretty much the setup that you want to run if you're trying to make your life exceptionally difficult and you're trying to break glow plugs off in a cylinder head. So the plan is to put in these new injectors, get the engine to run, program in the new injectors, and then after that, if all goes to plan, what we should hopefully be able to do is run the engine nice and hot, probably take her out on the German Autobahn, really get some heat soaked into the glow plugs, and then try to loosen those once everything is off, because I think that is my best chance at getting these glow plugs out, because a combination of combustion pressure and heat should provide enough percussion and tolerance for me to get those guys out. Because reason being, to do the glow plugs, you need to take off the intake manifold and the common rail. So should be interesting, but that's all stuff for the future. Right now we're focused on new injectors. My trusty Wera wrenches. I love these things. My absolute favorite wrenches. These are the wrenches that I would recommend any professional or DIY person to buy, especially if you're looking for tools that pack up nicely if you have to do any sort of mobile work. These are amazing. Another thing I'm well aware of is that these fuel lines are supposed to be one-time use. Honestly, even back in my BMW days, working on a lot of diesels, we reuse these all the time. There we go. That one's loose. I'm not sure if I can gain access to this one without taking that one off first. Probably. By the way, what you just saw me do is not really smart. Don't use a wrench at an angle. That is a great way to round off fasteners. So do as I say. As you saw there, you saw that wrench slipped. That's what happened when you use a wrench at an angle. Not the smartest idea. Do as I say, not as I do. One of the favorite things that I took away from my parents, even though, God bless them, I love my parents to death. They did a really, really great job raising me. Shout out to you, Mom and Dad. I know y'all did all that you could and continue to do so until today. If you're watching this, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. So the last person who was on these really tightened the bejesus out of this stuff. And I can imagine how he did that. He probably took crow's feet to this thing in an effort to make sure that they sealed. Dumb. Really, really, really dumb. But I'm not known for my constant intelligent moves, unfortunately. I wish I was. Probably be significantly richer if that's what I was known for. Okay, this is a bit tedious, so bear with me for a second here. Man, something's wrong with me this week. I'm kind of flimsy with my tools. I don't know what it is. Might just be tired or something, but I'm really flimsy with them tools this week. Bunch of kids playing in the neighborhood. You know, that's another thing. I know a lot of people who get really pissed off at kids being loud playing around in the neighborhood. What's wrong with you? Let kids be kids. Let them have a childhood. Let them have fun while they're still young. Because the world is cool enough as it is. We don't need to ruin them as well. Is silver number 3 coming out? Copper ring is on. Great, so I don't need to fish around for that guy. Because it just occurs to me, I don't actually have tools to fish out a fallen in copper ring. So these, all of these need to come out without fail. Bye-bye. If you're in the market here in Europe for remanufactured injectors, don't buy from these guys. They don't work. They're not good. Their 5 or 4-star reviews on Google are because they delete, or I don't know how they do it, but they somehow delete the negative reviews directed at them. So just don't do that. Just don't buy from them. Okay, copper ring came out on that one as well. So far, so good. I will be attempting to send all of these back, but I'm pretty sure they're going to tell me to go kick rocks, at which point I'm going to tell them that I'm going to get a lawyer involved, because good thing is I actually know a lawyer. Well, I think everyone knows a lawyer, but I actually know a lawyer so well because she used to be my landlord, and she always told me, you ever have any legal trouble, you come straight to me. So yeah, these guys are definitely going to be hearing from my lawyer if there's not a refund thing happening there. Okay, so all my copper rings have come out. Cool beans. Happy with that. Super happy with that. Okay, old sadness is out. We can now move on to installing the new hotness. Okay, so let's get to installing these new injectors. Small tip for y'all out there, if you're doing this and for some reason you might, or you are of the opinion that getting to the injector codes that are printed somewhere on the injector is going to be difficult post-install, take pictures of them before you put them in. Big tip. Super important to consider. So yeah, let's throw in these new injectors, sealed, new from Denso, so we should, honestly, these should run just fine. Like I have zero concern about these not functioning properly. So the installation process on these is really not complicated. Put them in, and the same way that you took them out, you just take these and they get bolted down like that. So not really gonna film that because what's really the point? Plenty of tutorials out there. So I'll get back to you once I'm done with this. Okay, so I have everything put back together. Again, these are one-time use. You should probably redo the seals on these, but again, I'm just trying to see if I can get this thing to run properly before I do all of that, because replacing these and these O-rings is not really that big of a deal, right? Okay, so I have everything put back together. I have a fault code for this, but I'm going to make a separate video on that, because I'm pretty sure that someone forgot to put this on somewhere and just sort of taped it, even though it's pretty obvious where it goes, but I'm still going to have to look at a wiring diagram for that. Yeah, so we're going to start this thing. So, unfortunately, I've discovered another problem. This van feels like it doesn't want to get fixed, but I don't know if you can see this. This new fuel line from Ford doesn't actually fit. And the way that I fitted these is I actually left this bolt loose when I fitted all this up, so that, and then tightened down the fuel line so that these can pull themselves into the right position. New parts from a Ford dealership ordered with the VIN. This is now the third fuel line that doesn't function, doesn't fit. So they're running at a 25% success rate, which in my humble opinion is freaking unacceptable. Okay friends, so quick update. Camera mount is visible there, so the Transit ran. It does run, and it runs better on these new injectors than it did on the old reman injectors. The only problem is one of the fuel rails, as I previously stated, on cylinder 3 is profusely leaking, so much so that it'll run for a few seconds and then it'll start knocking, and so I immediately turned off the engine. Mind you, again, this is one of those things that really drives me up a wall when it comes to spare parts. I for the life of me don't understand how you can order parts using the VIN, so like at a dealership, such that they should know which parts are correct and you're given the wrong parts. So just to sum this up, I bought a complete set of injector rails from a Ford dealership using the VIN off of this van. And so cylinders 1 through 4. Cylinders 1 and 4 didn't fit at all. Like, they were completely the wrong parts. Cylinder 2 and 3 fit on the reman injectors, but now on the new injectors, cylinder 2 doesn't fit. And so much so that there's like a 2mm gap between sort of the ball end of the rail and the cup end of the injector. How that happens is beyond me. So what am I doing now? I'm basically waiting for the missus to show up from 2 cities away, because where our camper is parked is somewhere else than where we live. And she's gonna bring me the old fuel lines that I know, or that I hope are gonna fit on this, so that I can actually get this thing to run and drive for a little bit. So yeah, stay tuned. Also, what I'm noticing is, notice how I don't have the key in the ignition. My tach is displaying engine RPM and a fuel level, so electrical gremlins, I don't know. Anyways, we'll see where we end up on this. Okay, so she's running. I've also already completed the injector coating, and yeah, AC is even blowing cold. Awesome. I just got to figure out how to get a new radio code for this, but that's all problem for when I actually put this van completely back together. But for now, I'm actually happy with that. I'm super pleased. I can finally drive around in this thing. Awesome. Next thing to worry about, however, is going to be the rust, but that's a problem for another day.